Fantastic. All right. Well, again, just wanted to thank you all for joining. Just excited to leverage the great telecommunications networks that all of us have spent so many years building in this great state, as well as the Zoom technology. Coming to you live from Casa de Levine down in Castle Rock, Colorado, where cabin fever has set in. So, wanted to do a quick shout out and thank Dan and Brett for pulling this together, and Jim for taking his time and providing a lot of great information for us that's still to come here. So while we're amidst these crazy times and challenging times, it's just important that we stay connected and stay healthy. Taking a moment to get together and do this is just an incredible opportunity. So we've got some great initiatives underway for COWA. So without further ado, let's get this kicked off, and cheers. Dan, next slide. I always like to start off with just a quick overview of our charter. Many of you have seen this already, but just a quick reminder, this is what Colorado Wireless Association is all about. These four pillars for advocacy, education, networking, and charity. So, you know, what you'll see going on for COWA is us executing on these four pillars of our charter. Here we are today doing some networking, some education. We're going to talk a little bit about charity, and we do have some pretty cool advocacy things going on where COWA is part of other organizations that are currently talking with the governor about ways that we can improve broadband and how we might be able to be quicker to market in order to meet the needs that we've been faced with through this COVID situation. So, Dan, go ahead. Some of the COA happenings. We have started, you've probably seen over the last couple of weeks, a weekly newsletter. So we're sending out a weekly newsletter at this point. We're touching on a bunch of different items. I'll get to it more in a moment. I want to speak to some of the annual sponsors. We now have 4 annual sponsors. We've got General Dynamics, we've got Crown Castle, we have we've got Vertical Bridge, and we've got Vertex Innovations. So again, very appreciative for all of their support. Talk a little bit more about some other happy hours, some virtual happy hours, always up for ideas that you guys may have. You know, we're here to help. And this is a great one to get us kicked off, but we'll see what's next. We've also got a great membership program going on, some membership assistance, given all the challenges that we're faced with amidst the COVID environment, as well as, you know, kind of the job market. So we're here to help. And we've kicked off recently a COA Connected initiative. You know, our goal is, again, to make sure everybody's staying in touch, communicating. We want to see what you're doing. We want to show you what the COA board is doing. So by tagging us with COA Connected on social media, that allows us to track what you're doing, stay in touch, and gives us something to look forward to sharing at some point. And then lastly, we'll touch on Wireless West for a moment. Next slide, please, Dan. Real quick on the weekly newsletter. So again, it's going out via email. We're also posting it on social. If you aren't getting it already, please go into the COA website, make sure that you're registered as a member. We're going to start communicating things through that. Any special updates, virtual happy hour updates, member assistance, any new initiatives that we have going will be communicated through that newsletter. You know, this week's again was this virtual happy hour, the member assistance, staying connected, as well as an update for our sponsors. Go ahead, Dan. Want to highlight these sponsors again. Without you, Crown Castle, General Dynamics, Vertical Bridge, and Vertex, you know, the year would certainly be much more challenging. So we appreciate you, and we appreciate all of the other sponsors that we have had and will have this year. So thank you. Virtual happy hours. So like I said, we've got some ideas in mind right now. We're always looking for feedback. We appreciate you getting engaged and sending any ideas that you may have to us via email at communications@co-wa.org. I'd like to, we at a minimum host these monthly, but at least until we're back to the norm, if there's an opportunity to host them more often or put together some other more midweek virtual happy hours, then we'll definitely do that. So again, we want your feedback and appreciate your support. Next slide. One of the things that, as you know, we're passionate about helping people, helping charity. And so as a board, we have historically donated food, we've donated bicycles, we've provided items to folks in dire need. This year we've come together, and amidst, again, the current environment that we're in, we feel that it's best to give back to our community, give back to our members and those families that really make Colorado Wireless, and our telecom community as special as it is. So we're doing that through a couple of means at this point. We just sent out something in the newsletter in regards to resume review. So given the large organization that we have, the number of members, we do have folks that are looking at resumes, hundreds of resumes a day in the recruiting field, who have offered to support us. And so if you are in need of support having a resume reviewed, this team is here to help. Again, you can submit a request for support at the charity at co-wa.org. There's another email address that's also in the newsletter that went out, or reach out to any one of us. So that's a great service that we're appreciative that those folks are willing to help us with. We're also working around the details on a food and necessary support program. So again, we know that there's families out there that are struggling, you know, maybe to put food on the table, to keep their families fed. They can't get out to the store. You know, our team is here to help, whether it's bringing groceries to your table, getting them delivered to your house. The board is happy to support you, and I'm sure that there are other members. So again, keep an eye out for more details on that program. We'll be sending them out shortly as we finish nailing it down. But again, we're just looking to help. Go ahead, Dan. And as I mentioned, there's a COWA campaign called Staying Connected. So we've been posting pictures, and you have been posting pictures using the hashtag COWA Connected. Again, that's allowing us to take a look and see what these look like. Ultimate goal would be to take some of these photos, be able to post them on the website. We'll be reaching out to you to get permission to do so, but we want to see what you're doing. We want to, you know, make sure that everybody's staying active and staying connected. So we appreciate you continuing to connect and tagging us in your pictures. And for Wireless West, so Wireless West, as you know, is slated for the end of this month, less than 2 weeks away. The event was postponed until April of 2021. We're still working through the details for Wireless West and what next year will look like, as well as they're in the process of nailing down the details for a virtual event, I believe on 4/28 or 4/29. Those details are forthcoming. If you're not already involved in monitoring the Wireless West Conference website, please do so. This is what's currently posted on their website, but again, I think we'll find some more great information. We are working with them Some of our team sits on the board for Wireless West, and we're going to do everything that we can to make sure that there's good information that's shared during this virtual event as well, and provides value to the community.